Please, thank you so much for allowing me to do this interview to you. I want to ask you some questions. So the first one, could you explain me what is your general background? I mean, what is your name? Where are you from? What's your age? And tell me about your school life.
Okay, so
Your major, minor?
yes, well, my name is Patricia Montoya. I was born in the United States, but my family is Colombian. So I was raised in Colombia, so I say I'm Colombian. I'm 24 years old, living in Colombia, in Medellin, actually. I study international relations with a minor in international business at American University. My first year was in Lynchburg College, a small college town in Virginia. I moved to American University. It was kind of my dream university because of international relations. It was in Washington. I love like living in the city. It was very nice. I did a lot of internships, a lot of like activities outside of my comfort zone. I was very lucky because my best friend from Panama, I lived 5 years in Panama, lived in, well, was a student at American University. So I would hang out all the time with her and a lot of Colombian friends that I made in American University. So I wouldn't say I was very involved in American University's life, but I was president of a group called Por Colombia. I don't know if still is on, but it was very interesting for me. That's kind of like my background in American University.
Thank you so much, wonderful, Patty. So I know you have a product. Could you please explain me what is your product about and what's the name of your product?
Well, it's a company I made with a friend. It's called Bare Necessity. I want to clarify that I retired about a month from ago. So, but I'll explain to you a little bit later. So basically, Bare Necessity, what the problem that what wanted to solve was when you travel and stay at Airbnbs in the United States, you encounter with so many different problems. One of those is that you arrive, it's late, you're tired, you don't find soap, you don't find like a bottle of water, you have to go out, you can order something, but if you're an international traveler, you might not have Wi-Fi or a phone. You know, there's so many different aspects. You have no idea where the neighborhood. And we encountered that problem in Medellin, Medellin, Colombia, but we basically saw the opportunity in New York, in the United States. I used to work for kind of accelerator slash VC fund. So my boss was ecstatic when we told him about our idea, and he supported us. So for us, it was kind of like obvious what we were gonna do. It was a kit, basically a welcome kit basket sold to the travelers with the basic personal care hygiene products that you could encounter and find in Target or CVS, but it would be at your home or at your Airbnb before you arrive. And then we expanded to the basics of drinks and food. We saw the need of like a bottle of water basics, something to eat when you arrive and something for the next morning, so you don't have to go out that same night to figure something to eat. And then, well, we saw the problem of the SIM card. We work with a lot of entrepreneurs arriving from all over the place, and we're like, you know, everybody asked for a SIM card as they arrive. So what we did was 3 basic baskets, let's say baskets or bags. The first would include like personal care items. The second was like beverages and snacks, and the third include all of the above plus a SIM card. And we began by selling it to the travelers, but then after a little bit more research, we found out, or somebody told us, that we should actually sell it to the Airbnb hosts. So that's kind of like a shift.
Okay. Oh, wonderful. It was a great idea.
Yes.
So, what problem did you see when you started the idea? You have any issues when you started? What was the biggest issue that you have there?
Let's see, there was a lot of issues. I think you encounter it as you go. First of all, I don't know how to code. My friend didn't know how to code. So I learned how to use Shopify. At the beginning, we wanted to sell in Colombia, and our boss was like, no hell, no in hell. Like, he was all about like work in Latin America and ship it outside. So we're figuring things out, how to work from Latin America and have our product outside. To get VC funding, or to get his VC funding especially, was we needed someone that spoke English. Like, that was me, and somebody that knew how to code. So we had to find someone to code. Thankfully, we work with a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of developers, so it wasn't that difficult. But we didn't have money to pay him, so basically pro bono, kind of. So we made him a team member, a co-founder. And I wouldn't say it's a problem, it's just situations, because we were very fast on solving those situations. I guess the biggest problem I encountered was that we quit our jobs because we had like let's say we were gonna enter this program where we used to work at, where we would receive some grant money from the government and grant money from the company. And when we quit it, I started noticing that my co-founder wasn't doing half of the job. Like, before, we would work the weekends at night in between the job. And, like, if she didn't give me something, I would like, okay, you're busy or whatever. We had this whatever project that we had to finish. So I would just like make it obvious that it was a problem. It was not a problem. And then I started seeing how she would take a long time, and I don't like confrontation. So I would just like, avoid the subject. And then a lot of people reach out to me, like my ex-boss. I had two bosses, and both of them like reached out to me and were like, I'm concerned about your co-founder. I wish you had told me before that you were gonna start this, company. You should look out for this and this. And those things, like once they say it, it's so difficult to put it out of your head. I had a trip to Bogota, so I was working from there, and I started seeing that she wouldn't give me what I needed. And as I mentioned before, like, I know a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of developers, so I had a lot of friends that would make me do different things. So I would guess like founder's dilemma is a thing. Before, I thought it was just kind of like something from a fairy tale, and I would say that like the biggest problem is like dealing with someone that it's not at your level and trying to figure things out with someone else. Did I answer the question?
Yes, it was a great answer. You told me that you went to Colombia. So are you planning to do an entrepreneurship there right now?
So when I quit it, there was a chance for me to stay with the company, let's say that way. The thing was that it was her idea. So in entrepreneurship, it's basically, or the startup world, it's basically not who has the idea, but who develops it. But as I mentioned before, I didn't want to like have issues. The other thing that you probably have heard in your class is that VCs or accelerators do not fund co-founders, solo co-founders, or solo founders, let's say it that way. So I wanted to avoid that. I didn't have money, so I couldn't pay a developer. So I decided just to, you know, like move on. I thought I was gonna continue with the idea in another way. So I have that. I'm thinking about going back to the United States in January. So I might just do it again. I will have to talk to her and see how that works. Or I have this other idea. I study international relations because I mean I love the social work. So I have an idea about doing kind of the bridge. In Colombia, we have a law that every company has to do, like has to give money for corporate responsible, sustainable corporate. Okay, I forgot what it is, but so we have to give money. Every company has to give money for social works, and a lot of the problem with that is that most money goes to like I don't know, gift baskets in New Year's or Christmas, and I don't think that's a well spent money. So I would love to be kind of the person that organizes that money, so the money goes to the right people and is spent the correct way. There's a lot of problems when with donations, the impact companies want to make, they're not making it. But it's something I'm not ready to do right now. So maybe in the future, maybe in 2 or 3 years, I'll come back and do it.
Awesome. And my last question is, what is the best advice that you can give to new entrepreneurs?
I would say, well, there's a lot, but I would say just like be very confident about who you're working with, like really know them, set up mutual goals. You know, like when I started, I was like, you know, I need to apply to all these accelerators to get money and to develop. But the startups are hard, and some people make it out to seem that they're very easy. So what I really learned was that do it because you really want to. Do it because it's a passion. Do it. Our boss would always tell us, like, you know, like solve a problem that is yours, because that way you're gonna wake up every day and be like, you know, I still have this problem. Nobody's solving it, and you're decided to solve this problem. Don't do it because of the money. Don't do it because, you know, the unicorns and Uber and Twitter and Facebook, because those are like 1 in a billion. And it's so annoying to see so many companies and so starting just because of the fame. And I feel that the 90s boom is coming again. Like there's a huge problem with companies investing in the wrong companies, and it's just like this creation in Wall Street of, I don't know, this huge lie. So really think about who you're working with, think about your idea, think about your problem, and think about why you're doing it. Don't do it just because you think you're gonna be the next Mark Zuckerberg.
Thank you so much, Fati, for your time and your wonderful experience. I will let you know when I will be uploading this video, but thank you so much for your time.
No, you're welcome.
Yours. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye.